Hi, my name is Linda. I'm a small animal volunteer here at HAWS, and I'm here with my two friends, Izzy and Sassy, or Sassy and Izzy. I'm both a caregiver and a cuddler. I've been doing it for some time now, so I've gotten a little better at both. Caregiving, I'm here one morning a week to set up Bunnyville and to help clean in the small animal room. And then I spend at least part of the afternoon sitting with the rabbits, trying to get them socialized. We have a wonderful diversity of animals in the small animal room. It's actually bigger than one room. Rabbits and guinea pigs are probably the animals most people think of. At the moment, we have turtles, and occasionally we get bearded dragons or iguanas. Sometimes we get dagoos, sugar gliders. Oh, birds, we have parakeets right now, and we often get cockatiels, for example. Ferrets, we have rat, we have mice, we have a hamster. We'd like to give you a sense of some of the kinds of animals we have here. And right now we have two cages with ferrets. This one is Slinky. I think you can understand why he's named Slinky. He's a real sweetheart. In fact, he's been adopted and he's going home tomorrow. Ferrets were new to me when I started here. I don't know a lot about their background. I do know that they're very, very friendly and very social. So I'm kind of hoping that Slinky will have a friend wherever it is that he's being adopted. Seems like they really enjoy being in pairs. They're incredibly playful, and so it's important that they get a lot of time outside of their cages to run around and have some fun. They like crawling in and out of things and so on. So I'll put Slinky back. Let's see, another of the unusual animals that we get in the small animal room. This is a chinchilla. Hi, sweetie. His name is Minchino. Come here, honey. Like most small animals, chinchillas don't like to be held, but he's going to tolerate it for a moment. You can see how beautiful he is. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know, it's hard. Chinchillas are actually from South America, so they're not native to our part of the world. People raise them for fur, unfortunately, but they can be wonderful pets, but we have to let them be who they are. Chinchillas, as I said, and you could see, don't like to be held, so they're not cuddly animals, but they're a lot of fun to watch. They love to jump. They need a lot of space. This cage is really much too small for them. And they love to run up to walls and sort of careen off of the walls. They're really a lot of fun. They can be very sweet. They can come to know you and trust you, let you pet them and so on. He's actually a little easier to handle than some that I've noticed. But again, an animal to understand and take care of as he needs to be taken care of. Right, sweetie? Okay. And let me introduce you to Remy, who I assume was named after the rat in the film Ratatouille. Let me admit that I never imagined I would come to love rats, but I do. They are adorable. And, you know, at first, all it took was me ignoring the tail, but now I even like the tails. They're friendly, they're very intelligent. They make wonderful pets. They love to climb all over you, as you can see. They enjoy necks and shoulders and wherever. How could you not love someone who looked as cute as this? he's just adorable. So, and rats can be single, or you can have pairs or trios or whatever. Okay, Remy, back you go, sweetheart. A lot of the rabbits who come to us are coming from difficult situations. Sometimes we're not even sure just what the situations were. Sometimes they've come from breeders, sometimes confiscations for other reasons. Sometimes people just don't want them anymore. They might come from families that had small children who thought rabbits would be cute and cuddly, and discovered that while they're indeed cute, they're not always cuddly. And so they bring them to us. So it's hard to know what the backgrounds of our rabbits are. And while you can see these two are really pretty friendly, not all of them are like that. I've had to learn a lot. I wasn't really familiar with rabbits or other small animals before I started here. The most important thing I've learned is that they're prey animals, unlike cats and dogs. And so to them, we're pretty scary. We were awfully big, and they're afraid when you pick them up, for example, or hold them close. They're afraid something bad will happen to them. And so again, it's important for us to establish trust with them, help them know that they can be petted and cared for and loved, but to do it on their terms, not ours. I'll admit that there have been rabbits who've been a little scary for me. I try to give them a chance too. I've been scratched and even bitten a bit, nipped a bit, but it really doesn't hurt very much. And some of the ones who start out being the most difficult end up being just the sweetest. Just come to love them. So that's why I do what I do, and I love it. It is so rewarding. As you can see, having a rabbit kind of come over and let you pet is a great feeling. I would sure be thrilled to see more volunteers here and happy to work with anybody who was interested in spending time in the small animal room with these great animals. I think you'd have a wonderful time with us.
Hi, my name is Becca. I'm a small critter caregiver at HAWS, and I've been here multiple years. My primary duties include cleaning the room, cleaning their cages, making sure that their specialized diets are fed to them in proper amounts, and that they're ready to go to their new forever homes. Some of the responsibilities here include making sure that the room is clean for the people that are coming in to view the animals, making sure that all of the cages look nice so that people realize this is the proper care for these animals. We learn how to take care of a multitude of animals. There's everything from turtles to rats to rabbits, birds and mice, and just all kinds of animals. And there are so many good people that I've gotten to work with personally that have made this experience so much better. And it's just been an amazing time being able to work here with all these people and all of these animals. And every day is an adventure and you learn something new. So if you volunteer in the small animal room, no 2 days are ever the same. And also, since you're not going to be the only one here, if there is a section of animals that you're more comfortable with, like if you really like the rabbits, then you can do the rabbits because somebody else will do like the mice and the birds. And some people are just not comfortable with, say, the rats and the ferrets because they're a little bit bigger and they can be a little more difficult to hold if you're not used to them. But somebody will be here that they can help you with it. If you don't like mice, well, they're here. You're gonna see them eventually, and I know quite a few people have learned that, oh, these guys are really cute, they're smart, and they just kind of slowly over time get over their fear and have learned to just coexist with them, because you kind of have to if you're going to work here. And it's all right if you have one or two favorite types of animals. You'll get to work with them. Over time, you might learn that you really like another animal. My favorite animals are either guinea pigs or gerbils, and they have such big personalities. All of these animals have big personalities, but when you have one-on-one time with them, you learn all of their little quirks and just how they're different from the other animals, and you just fall in love with a lot of them. And it's sometimes bittersweet to see them go, but you know that they've gone to a good home and that they'll hopefully live the rest of their lives in that loving home. I think what keeps me coming back here is knowing that I'm making a difference. I know I've always loved animals, but just being able to do something about that has kept me going for all of these years. We encourage you to think of the small animal room here at HAWS. I know a lot of people think of dogs and cats as being the only thing you'd find at an animal shelter, but HAWS is a very large variety of animals. There's something for everybody here. Being a small critter caregiver can be challenging, but it is also very rewarding. We hope that you consider this as a volunteer opportunity, and we hope to see you soon.
Another program HAWS has here is the fostering program. They need foster homes for cats, dogs, exotics, bunnies, ferrets, anything you can think, any animal you can think of, they need foster homes for. Currently we have a foster dog from HAWS at our home right now. We have Primrose. Primrose was here up at HAWS. She was young. She had some manners that needed to be worked on. She had kennel cough at the time, so because we don't own a dog, we were able to take Primrose home. We fostered her back to health, and we still have her now working on her behavior. We're working on manners so she doesn't jump, doesn't bark. We take her in the car with us. She goes to Starbucks and gets puppuccinos. No cost to the family that fosters. HAWS does provide food, medication. It's simply you just need to love them and get them back to a place where they can get adopted. The process here is a family would see, in this case, Primrose online, fill out an application, and then we would meet with the family to adopt the dog out. It's a benefit to us. We don't own a dog, and Primrose gives us lots of love and family time well spent with her, walks, that sort of thing. And then in return, we give Primrose the love that she needs to get healthy and get adopted into her forever home.
Personally, I've adopted, I think, 7 mice, 6 gerbils, and 3 hamsters from here. I've gotten to work with a lot of them. Some of them were my fosters, and then I just fell in love with them, and I had room at home, and I've just decided to adopt them, and then I know that they're in a good home. Well, I fostered 3 mice, 2 rabbits, 6 gerbils, like 7 hamsters, and I've adopted a couple of each of them, along with quite a few more gerbils and mice.
Hello, we are currently at one of our events off-site and enjoying this beautiful day, and we are representing HAWS, and I am Sandy Hoffman, and I am a member of the Friends of HAWS and also on the board of directors. I've been volunteering at HAWS since about 2010, and it's really an awesome way to give back to the animals in need. We are a fundraising committee that helps the shelter and plans all different kinds of events. What we do is we organize fundraisers for the shelter, for things for the animals. We basically will come up with new ideas. It's very self-rewarding to be a volunteer at HAWS and an animal lover that you are. can basically provide support, provide love, provide care for the animals while they're waiting for their forever home. And it's volunteers like you that we need, that with creative ideas and help, we can support the shelter with funds that they would need to sustain their viability. We meet the second Wednesday of every month. Membership is free, so it doesn't cost anything to come. We are always looking for new members, new ideas, creative ideas to help support the Friends of HAWS.
We're Chuck and Helen Congo, and Helen's been a cat cuddler here for quite a few years. And I volunteer at the Conomowoc Art Center Garden and the Pewaukee Library Rain Garden. And so we were looking for something that we could do together, and this is it. Fits both our interests, and once we started, we found it to be very rewarding. I mean, when we're out here, the dog walkers come around and we get to play with the dogs. So, you know, that's kind of an added bonus. And there are a reasonable number of people come walking by, and they're friendly, and it's just a nice environment to work at. The garden itself, we tend to have mostly native plants that you don't have to carry water. There's a few things maybe you wouldn't find in an ordinary garden. We have a lot of catnip, and we harvest that. And some of it goes to the cats directly in the shelter, and some of it goes, some of the volunteers make up little cat toys with catnip in them, and that's one nice thing. Well, we have a number of things that are really attractive to butterflies. The milkweed's one of them, but in general, these are almost all prairie plants, and they do attract the butterflies and, you know, various kinds of wildlife like that. There's other areas around in the front could use somebody. It's how much you want to do. If you just want to weed, or like in this case, some of it's just landscaping, some of it's gardens, but this is our little piece. So there are other pieces available if someone would like to work with them. We come here Sunday mornings typically from early spring through late fall, and a couple hours of Sunday. Wouldn't you say that's?
Yes, usually 2 hours.
Yep, and
2 hours well spent.
And that's about all it takes. So it's not a big time commitment, but it's a rewarding activity.
Hi, I'm Diana. I'm one of the volunteers at HAWS. Right now I'm doing mobile volunteer. We're out here on a beautiful afternoon at St. Mary's Strawberry Festival, and we've got 2 kittens and a dog with us. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what it might take for you to be a volunteer. What kind of personality do you need? You don't have to be hugely outgoing, but you do need to want to be with people, talk to people. You need to be comfortable around animals, although you will have lots of mentoring if you do start here.
Aspects of the success of what we do in the mobile adoption department are the volunteers that help us do our work. Without volunteers coming out and helping us with our events, we would not be able to function, and we would not be able to get outside those 4 walls of HAWS and get out into the community in which we live and which all our neighbors are at. With the mobile adoption department, we go to so many different places. We go to community events, we go to civic events, corporate petting events. We do events like we are here today at St. Mary's Church in Dousman at the Strawberry Festival. And so that is part of the excitement for a volunteer to be involved, because even though the function of the mobile adoption department is to evangelize in the community on behalf of the animals, there are many different venues in which we get to do it. For a volunteer that is looking for some variety in the work that they're doing and fulfilling their volunteer mission in life, the mobile adoption department offers a great deal of variety. If somebody is more shy or introverted, probably would be better suited walking dogs or petting kitties, because we are on the front lines in the mobile adoption department and we are dealing with the general public, and you have to be comfortable with that in order to be successful at it. Mobile adoption events last anywhere from a couple of hours to all day long. And initially you're going to come to the shelter, you're going to help us get ready for the event, pick the dogs, the cats, get the supplies together, get to the event, get set up there. And then the rest of the event, you're going to be walking dogs, handling cats, answering questions. You're going to be answering the same question many, many times. If you like repetition, this is a great volunteer opportunity for you. Then when we get back to the shelter, we get the cats put away, we get the dogs put away, clean the van out, and then we check out for the day. So again, that could be anywhere from a 3-hour commitment to literally an all-day commitment.
Saving these dogs from down south would not be possible without all of the hard work and oftentimes dirty work of our dog transport team. These are a group of volunteers that join us in welcoming these dogs, getting them off the plane maybe, or a van, getting them inside, getting them some food and water, and one of the most important things is bathing them, which often is a dirty, wet job. But our volunteers are very rewarded with those jobs, because when they are in the bathtub and they're bathing them and they're massaging them, these dogs just melt. They just lean in, and they know they're safe, and they know they have somebody who cares. So while the volunteers often go home very wet and possibly a little poopy, they know how much they're needed and how important the work is for saving these dogs.
Hello, my name is Dwayne. I am a greeter here at HAWS. I've been here for several years, and I really enjoy the position. It helps not only the people behind the service desk, but our customers. When they come in, they're looking for a cat or a dog. Cats are right around the corner. I guide them into an office and make sure that one of the staff members is there working with them. My title here is lobby greeter. I have enjoyed this. Prior to coming here, I worked 40 years in the insurance industry in the claims department as a claims manager. And so I got to know a lot of people. Dealing with the public is very enjoyable. Every day something new comes up. I think the most questions of the people that are coming in are, wow, I didn't know this existed. How big it is. If they're looking for a pet, what type of pet are they looking for? A cat, a dog, a rabbit, a chinchilla, a turtle, a bird. Try to get them to go in the right direction to see that animal. Tell them if they want to spend some time with an animal, I tell them what form they have to fill out. One of the fun part of the job is when somebody adopts a kitty or a puppy and they got little kids. They're in seventh heaven. So that's probably the best part. We have volunteers of all ages, from teenagers to seniors like me. And everybody that works here is very open to you. I do enjoy the people I work with here. Like I said, I am retired. I've been here for several years. Just enjoy tremendously with all the people and the volunteers. He has excellent programs going on. Employee of the Month. You have a volunteer appreciation luncheon. It's just really relaxing. There's no pressure, which is nice after 40 years of being in a pressure cooker.
Hi, I'm Lynn Olenek, the Executive Director here at the Humane Animal Welfare Society. I'd like to thank you for your interest in our volunteer program. The volunteers are the heart and soul of this organization. This organization was started by volunteers. Volunteers serve on our board of directors. And there are many all-encompassing ways that the volunteers help us here at HAWS. From our friends group, to dog walkers, to greeters. It's all about the animals here at HAWS.